Hey everyone, it's J.I.V. Lee, and I'm back with another tutorial and story time slash just talking about what's going on in my life. So today with these nails, I'm doing duck tip nails. I have been doing a lot of duck tips lately and I've been loving it. Like, I love these nails so much. Like, I don't know, they might be one of my favorite duck tip sets I've done. Like, they look so good. Okay, y'all, so last weekend I went to Broccoli City in DC, and I definitely have some thoughts on that. So Saturday was the first day of Broccoli City, right? I think my sister and I got there around 11 because they said that doors open at 12, but doors actually didn't open until 2 p.m. Like, luckily, this is not our first festival, so, like, we had snacks, we had water and stuff like that. But then they said we could bring just a regular empty water bottle. We had metal water bottles that we had to throw out because we couldn't bring in metal water bottles, they said, at the gate. Like, it was just a lot of disorganization, and, like, it just seemed like the staff and the rules that were set online did not match. Like, like they said one thing online but then a different thing at the door, so it was like a lot of confusion and stuff. And then, oh my god, the performances were pretty good, but like they went on mad late. Like, like in between sets, like we had to wait like a good hour in between set, like damn near from the first set on the first day. Like, they were mad late. Oh, and then I want to talk about the specific performance. Finesse 2 times. He went on Saturday. I believe he was like the first person to go on Saturday, right? So he's on stage, and then he brings like this little kid on stage who I'm assuming is his son. Hopefully is his goddamn son. But yeah, so he brings his son on stage, and like Finesse 2 times is an explicit rapper, right? I don't really know his music too much. I'm not a huge fan of it. But, he's gone viral on TikToks for some of his music. So like while his son is on stage, like the kid is literally singing the songs word for word, all the curse words and everything. And like I feel like curse words is one thing, because like children are gonna curse, and the kid looked between ages 5 to 7, like really young, like, but kids are gonna want to dabble with curse words at that age anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because like now it's like, ooh, you can't say it because it's a curse word, and like kids like that taboo stuff, but the kids cursing, and then like the subject of these songs, a lot of the songs are talking about sex, drugs, like guns, killings, and all that stuff. And it's just like, this is crazy. Like it was insane seeing the kid like talk about, and he's saying like the sexually explicit words too, like the P word, that's another word for vagina, the D word, that's another word for a male penis. Like it's just like sucking and this and that, like literally saying these songs word for word. I just thought that was too much. I just thought that was way too much. Like, I don't think kids need to be at a festival named Broccoli City, because we all know that's like broccoli is another word for marijuana. Like, we all know that, like, and there was a lot of people smoking in the crowd. Like, it's DC, so it's legal there. But yeah, like what really blew me about the performance is that the kid was doing those gestures, the sexual gesture that like men use about like getting head. He was doing that like when they have the hand in front of the crotch, and then like they're moving it back and forth. If you've watched rap videos, or you know what I'm talking about. But like he's doing that motion, and the kid is 5, 6 doing that. Like, that's crazy to me. I'm like, that's when it becomes too much. Like, because you literally have this child doing the sexual motions. And I'm like, this immediately reminded me of the India Irie situation that recently happened at Essence Fest, because India Irie, old dusty ass, was like, oh, the performances of Megan Thee Stallion and Janelle Monáe were inappropriate, like basically preaching about discretion and decorum, even though it's an adult music festival that overwhelmingly children are not there. You know what I'm saying? Overwhelmingly people under 18 are not there because you have to be 18 in order to buy a ticket, right? And it's expensive as hell. Kids aren't going there. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be honest. And then what I didn't understand about her complaints is that, like, Megan Thee Stallion and Janelle Monáe were getting paid to perform their performances the way they did. So, like, that actually is the time and the place for them to be shaking ass and, doing what they were doing on stage. And then, like, I also saw some comments about, like, Janelle Monáe, like, when did she start doing it? She's been doing the, like, don't censor women's bodies and, like, more of the feminist politics. She's been doing that since 2018, 2019. And I've been a fan of her since middle school. And I'm 25 now. So, damn, it really, I'm just realizing it's been like over 10 years at least. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I've been a fan for her for a minute. So, like, this is not surprising that she did that on the stage. I don't know why anybody else was surprised. Like, she's been talking about these topics and doing that stuff for a minute now. But, yeah, and then Megan Thee Stallion's whole thing is twerking. Like, get over it. I just hate when older Black women, they get to a certain age and now they complain about how young Black women carry themselves. But it's just like, damn, like, let these young girls have fun. Like, literally, let the young girls have fun. Like, everybody else is policing young Black women's bodies, policing their actions and stuff. Older Black women do not need to do that. Like, let us come home to, older Black women need to be a safe space for younger Black women. Protect us, you know what I'm saying? Guide us, lead us without being so damn judgy and like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like relax. And then why the finesse 2 times situation reminded me of the NDRE, because people like NDRE will never point out how these young Black boys are over-sexualized or put into very sexual situations like that. Like the finesse 2 times situation where he's like cussing, talking about P this and B's ain't shit and all of that stuff, like bros over hoes type of songs and stuff. Like, that's stuff that children do not need to be introduced to. But I feel like people accept it more when it's young boys doing that versus young girls doing the sexual actions and stuff like that, because that's highly inappropriate. Like, for a kid to be doing the gimme head type of motions, like, that's inappropriate. And then it just reminds me of the Boosie situation where Boosie literally was paying older women to give his young underage son oral. Like, that is beyond me. Honestly, if anybody would have come, and shame on the women who did it too, because not all money is good money, and you couldn't pay me enough. You couldn't pay me all the money in the world to do that to a child. You could not pay me all the money in the world to do that. And then, like, Boosie as a parent, like, what? He should have his kids taken away. I'm so sorry. That is crazy. That is insane. Like, especially if he stood there and watched, like, that. Ugh. I'm not even going to get more into that. But yeah, like, that just reminded me of the NDRE, because I'm like, she's never going to complain about the finesse 2 times situation and him exposing his son, because that's another thing that NDRE said, that like, oh, there's children in the crowd, which there most likely weren't, but there's children in the crowd and you don't want to be doing this in front of kids. It's inappropriate to do it in front of kids and stuff like that. Like, what? Adults shaking ass, I feel like, is less inappropriate than children doing these sexual motions, in my opinion. That would have caused me to have more outrage than the Megan and Janelle Monáe situation. But, you know, they're always going to be harder on black women than they will be black men. Those type of older black women always going to be harder on black women than there are black men. But anyway, so that was a mess. I did not want to see that at all. And then there was also this like 10-year-old little boy photographer, which is like great that he's a professional photographer at 10 years old, but I do not think Broccoli City was the most appropriate venue for him to be taking pictures at. Like, let's just be honest, you know, because there's women twerking on stage and all of that, like the explicit lyrics with the songs and whatever. Yeah, that's none of my business. But like, yeah, about Broccoli City, like it was just hella disorganized. People were passing out left and right, and like security was basically useless. Like I would say a good 15 to like 25 people passed out every day from what I saw. 15 to 25 is insane per day. And then like they were throwing waters into the crowd instead of like having security go into the crowd and individually handing out waters to everybody so everybody can get it. The people in the front were getting more water than the people in the middle because of proximity. But it's just like they should have water control in the crowd. Like, oh, we're going around passing waters. And they should also pass out for how expensive the goddamn Broccoli City tickets are. They should be passing out free snacks as well. Like free little granola bars, bags of chips, something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's people are passing out. We need food. We need water. And like the one security guard that I'm gonna complain about. So Sunday happened. The performances were a lot more on time. They were very much on time on Sunday. So I was like, okay, thank God, you know. Oh, let me backtrack. So Saturday, it started lightninging. It started, yeah, like lightning started showing up at the festival towards the end of the day. And then they had to cut the performances of Jasmine Sullivan and Lil Uzi. And I was so mad because I literally came. She was my number one reason of coming to Broccoli City to see Jasmine Sullivan. And I did not get to see it because I was going to see Jasmine and then leave before Uzi because I've already seen Uzi before. And it's a great show, but I'm not his number one fan, so I can miss that. You know, but I'm so mad. Luckily, Broccoli City is giving refunds for shutting down day one early, but you have to request the refund. They're not just going to automatically give it to you. So you have to request a refund. Like, Broccoli City, you just nailed, like, that's the nail in the coffin for me, why I'm not going again ever, because it's so disorganized. And mind you, this is their 11th year of doing it. They had to, we've been doing this 11 years strong and da-da-da. Well, it does not show that y'all been doing it 11 years strong, because y'all should have been passing out free water bottles, free snacks as people come in, have the rules on the site match the rules at the festival. You know what I'm saying? Like, have it be a lot more, have the security guards be a lot better trained. So Sunday, right? Oh, okay. A lot happened Saturday, actually. So there was this one dude who looked like Mr. Brown from, you know, the Medea franchise. Literally looked like Mr. Brown. Why was this guy, during the performances, mind you, he literally was dancing and launching water bottles in the crowd. People were getting hit left and right. I overheard this one girl saying that someone got hit in the head or chest or something and started crying. Like, people were getting like demolished with these water bottles that they're throwing into the crowd, because it's not safe to throw full water bottles at people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people were getting freaking demolished. And he's literally, while people are performing, dancing and launching the water bottles. What the hell is wrong with you, sir? Like, nobody's paying attention. And then you're launching the water bottles like far and fast into the crowd. It did not make sense. Like, security were a bunch of idiots. You can tell that they were volunteered down. They were volunteer, probably had no practice or no training before. You know, this is just a job for a lot of these people. But like, this is life or death, because people are actually passing out, like fully, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Unconscious, like shit. Like, it's crazy. So Sunday, there was this one security guard there. Okay, so I'm in the front. I got there early so we can be in the front against the barrier. So I can literally see that there's a bucket of water with ice in it. So cold bottles of water sitting there. I've been looking at them for hours. So I asked this one security guard, I'm like, hey, can I get a cold bottle of water that's right there? And he's like, no. Mind you, this is the same security guard that was handing out bottles of water to the girls he was flirting with on Saturday. Now on Sunday, we can't hand out the bottles of cold water. And it's probably like 90, 100 degrees outside. Humid as hell. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, all right, move. So I asked another guy, and I straight get that cold bottle of water, and I get extras to pass out to the people around me. Straight like that, because if you're not going to do it, someone else will. But then his ugly ass, right? His ugly self, his ugly personality self, he told the guy, oh, they can't get out cold, we can't get out cold waters, da. I'm like, are you serious? The waters are literally sitting there. Nobody's drinking it. I've been standing here for hours. I can literally see that nobody's drinking it. Just pass out the waters. Like, you being a dickhead for no reason. You being a butthead for literally no reason. Like, he was blowing me. I'm like, but if I was one of the girls who was giving you the time of day yesterday, you would have given me some water. No questions. I hate men like that. I really hate men like that. And like, I felt like it was personal. Like, that he personally said no because I wasn't giving him the time of day. Like, I'm here for the music festival, not you. Like, you look like a bum, you acting like a bum, you're not helping nobody. What would make me want to chat you up, and like, why would I be interested in you? You aren't giving me anything to work with. Like, excuse me? Like, I don't know, that just felt personal. I'm like, he personally said no to me. Like, if one of the other girls who was flirting with him would have said something like, oh, can I get a cold bottle of water? He probably would have been like, yeah. Like, I cannot stand men like that. And then literally people are passing out, and then he's shrugging his shoulders. Like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like, oh my God. Like, literally, it is life or death. Even if you don't know what to do, go into the crowd and get the people out. Like, are you an idiot? Yes. Question, asked, and answered. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's a freaking idiot. Like, Broccoli City was just all over the place, man. I don't think I would ever go back again. It was too big, and like, it's too many people for it to be that disorganized. It's way too many people for it to be that disorganized. Like, it was insane. Yeah, child. So Broccoli City will never be seeing me again because, oh, and traffic getting out of the venue. The first day, mind you, we paid $60 for a parking pass. On Saturday, people were just coming into the parking lot. There was no attendant. People were just parking whether they paid for the parking pass or not. Like, there was no signs up, no direction on where we're going. We're asking people who are just walking, like, where do we go? Where do we go? No one knew where to go. Like, it was a mess. Sunday, they put up like 2 signs, so that's a tiny bit better than Saturday. And then they had parking attendants at the place. I'm like, that's not even fair, because if they could park for free the first day, you might as well let them park for free the second day. Like, let's be real. You might as well. And then give the people who had the paid for the parking pass, give them a refund, because y'all weren't on it. Like, it literally made no sense. Like, but let me talk about the good parts. So we got to see Rema and Ashake. Yes, great performances. Coco Jones, she did her big one at Broccoli City. She was singing down. The crowd loved Coco Jones. I love me some Coco Jones. If you don't watch Bel Air on Peacock, watch Bel Air on Peacock. She's in there. She looks fucking great every episode, every second. Her acting is amazing. She's so fine. I love her relationship with Jazz. That's all I'm gonna say. No spoilers. Yeah. Watch Bel Air on Peacock. 2 whole seasons. 3rd one coming on the way. You know, great show. I tell everybody to watch it. Yeah, so Coco Jones was amazing. Rema, so fine. So fine. Oh my God. Oh, he is so fine. Oh, and then Glorilla. I'm not a huge fan of Glorilla. Like, I'm not a hater either, but I'm not a huge supporter. But she did her thing. She was amazing. She looked great. Big ups to Glorilla. So fine. Who else? The City Girls were amazing. Duh. Wish I would have been able to see Jasmine. I'm still sick about that, but we're getting a refund, so not too sick. Then, Brent Faiyaz, he headlined on Sunday. Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie, his performance, like his stage presence was a little bit boring, but I love his song, so I was getting my life, you know what I'm saying? I wish he would have given a little bit more. And then he didn't even, he ended his set like 6 minutes early. That's like 2 whole songs you could have done, bruh. And then he didn't even do, you see money all around. What is that? Crew. He didn't do Crew, and he didn't even do Rehab. Like, I feel like he could have done more songs on his earlier projects versus his last one. I forget the last album. It was not my favorite Brent project, but they did have some bops, like Dead Man Walking. Oh my God, such a good song. Yeah, what else? Actually, Fat Tro. I don't really listen to Fat Tro. He's a DMV rapper. He actually had a great performance. I was lit. Oh my gosh. Oh, and let me tell y'all, Ashake literally, he literally pointed at me because I was going crazy. Oh my God, I love me some African music. I'm heavy in my Afrobeats bag right now, and it's comfortable in here. Like, it's soft, it's lovely. Afrobeats is just romantic as fuck, man. I love Afrobeats. But anyway, y'all, this was a pretty quick and easy set. The Purple Acrylic is a custom mix. I mixed like one purple acrylic I had with like a little bit of pink and a lot of clear, and it got me this color. Turned out a lot better than I thought it would, to be honest. And then I just drew some squiggly lines, added a little bit of rhinestones, and that was a set. Simple but beautiful. Like, look at these. These are amazing. I keep looking at these videos. Once again, y'all, thank you so much for watching this tutorial and listening to me rant about Broccoli City. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share if you love this video as much as I love making it. And I'll see you guys next time.